The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome to the Support Local Everything podcast, a podcast of the Upward Niagara Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chamber President for a few more weeks, Jennifer Pauly, and we're so happy that you have joined us this week. We took a few weeks off with a holiday and a few crazy things, but this past weekend, my chamber board did announce that I will be moving on to the executive director position at the Niagara Arts and Cultural Center in December, and I am very excited about that next stage of my life. It'll be a new set of challenges, but all of the experience that the chamber has given me will lend me to this new position. And it's been 15 long years at the chamber, and I'm excited for somebody else to step in and give some fresh ideas, some new outlook to the position. I'll tell you one thing, Suzanne Raby in my office, she's been our guest. You know her as our Director of Finance and Member of Benefits. She tells me she loves me, but she just doesn't like me right now. But the staff will move through, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next for the chamber. Some of the things going on in the chamber are Shop Small Saturday. That's a mouthful. It's coming up on Saturday, November 30th. And we are looking forward to that in our office. It's a flurry of activity getting ready for that day. It's a day that is dedicated to small businesses. And here today with our guest, we have the president of the Sanborn Business and Professional Association, Bonnie Haskell. She's a good friend of mine, and she is here joining us talking about Small Business Saturday and then Christmas at the farm, and then all of the great things that the Sanborn Business Association has done throughout the year and continues to work on. Bonnie, thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad to be here.
So, Bonnie,
and we also are going to miss you.
Oh, thank God. I'm going to miss you too, Bonnie, but I live in Sanborn,
That's
so you'll
right.
see me.
We can have coffee.
So Bonnie and I have known each other for 15 years, and I have to tell you, my kids have grown up volunteering at the Farm Museum, volunteering for Sanborn Business and Professional Association events. They've grown up coming to the events, and so, it's a little bit full circle. You'll still see them at everything. Yes. However, by now, my oldest is 20, my youngest is 12. So, now they're getting a little bit older. I think this will be the last year my daughter gets to take a present from Santa.
Right. They're aging out.
They are aging out. But tell us a little bit about the Sanborn Business and Professional Association, how long it's been around, and what the makeup is of it.
Well, actually, the Business Association itself has probably been around for almost 25 years now. I came on probably about 15 years ago. And still there. And we have done a lot of wonderful things for the town of Sanborn.
The little hamlet.
Yes, the hamlet.
If people don't realize, Sanborn is a small hamlet in the town of Lewiston.
Yes.
Actually, it divides a few different areas. It's really at the corner of the town of Lewiston, the town of Cambria, and the town of Wheatfield.
Correct.
So it's a very unique area. But we would describe it more as a hamlet, right? It's a home of SUNY Niagara. It's the home of the Sanborn Farm Museum. Well-known Treichler's florist is there, and then a handful of small antique shops and a few other small businesses as well.
Correct.
So some of the things that the Sanborn Business Association does throughout the year is apply for the William Main grant.
Correct.
And it's a matching grant. And the Business Association, through funds raised, you help beautify Sanborn. So when you walk or drive or bike into Sanborn from different areas, there are signs that say "Welcome to Sanborn,"
Correct.
and all of the beautiful flowers and greenery and trees that are there are all planted by the Business Association.
That is correct, yes.
That's one of the grants proposals that you did this year.
And we've been doing that for years.
Yes, every year you add to that.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
We try every year to make the flower beds a little different. I'll add things to them. For holidays, we try to decorate them up a little bit. And The trees, of course, we always try to plant a tree. Every year we go out, we check the trees to see if what's got to come down, what can go in its place. So we take care of that too. We have always done beautification. And our head man on that is Glenn Winke, who's now 91. So we are looking and possibly for going in a new direction with that also, because how much longer can he go? You know,
Right.
His family wants him to slow down.
Volunteers are always needed for
Always.
watering those flowers, planting the plants.
Yes.
Not only are there beautification with the beautiful flowers and greenery, but you also throughout the seasons put out all of the decorations. Just
That's
like
right.
you said, Christmas is around the corner. There's a beautiful tree that you put out on the corner, and some carolers, wooden decorations. You had scarecrows out. You've done a little bit of everything. So it's all volunteer driven too,
Right.
which is amazing. And Glenn, he was our Citizen of the Year
Yes.
at the Chamber. He has been a volunteer like everybody for years. And yes, 91. He should
Yes.
not be getting up on a ladder or
No. We don't let him do that anymore.
no.
We banned him from all that.
He will keep going though.
Yeah.
I can tell you. So we do need to find some volunteers
Yes,
for that
we do.
coming
we
up.
do. And even the museum themselves, they take care of their own flowers over there. And they are in desperate need of volunteers also because that whole group is aging out.
Mm-hmm.
So we really, really need some young people to step up and please help us.
Yeah.
We are desperate for volunteers.
So we should say one thing: the Sanborn Business Association and the Sanborn Area Historical Society, which is an organization that runs the Sanborn Farm Museum, they work hand in hand for a lot
Yes.
of events. The Business Association meetings are held at the Farm Museum on Route 31 in Sanborn, right across from Treichler's. And it's a great partnership. It's been a partnership since I have been here, 15
Right.
years, and I know it stems longer than that. One of the great partnerships coming up is Christmas at the Farm. That's
Yes.
coming up in December. But before we talk about that, let's talk about our November 30th Shop Small Saturday. It's been something that our chamber has pioneered for almost 15 years now, and we make sure that Sanborn is also taken care of in this celebration of small business.
Yes.
So this year it's November 30th, and you have a listing of some businesses that are doing some special discounts or programs, not just that Saturday, but in some cases all weekend
Through
long.
December 1st.
Yeah,
Right.
tell us a little bit about
Yes.
that.
So we have the Sanborn General Store is doing 10% off their items. The Shawnee Barnes, who are also a member of our association, are doing 15%, and both of them are celebrating their open house.
Oh, nice.
So they'll have basket giveaways and all that kind of things extra. And then the Sanborn Mill is doing 10% off also on everything. Ishi's Records and the Hot Sauce across the road there are doing 10% off on those records. The Lewiston Antique Mall, you go over there and register to win a $100 gift certificate.
Ooh.
So that's very nice. And I believe she's going to call the winner on that December 24th.
Nice.
So,
Exciting.
and Wilco Auto Care, of course, we always promote Jim. That's your tire headquarters for Sanborn in the area. Treichler's and Son Poinsettias and Trees, and they'll be opening up, of course, on the 22nd of November. And Beaver Printing, who helps us a lot with our brew. Then on Friday and Saturday only, we have the Buffalo Coffee Roastery. She'll be open, and this year she's doing a sample of her coffees and a treat. So come on in and see her.
We never miss her on Small Business Saturday
Yes.
weekend. We always stop by because she has some great deals going on, and it smells so good in
Yes.
there whenever you walk in. Kate does a great job
Yes, she
with
does.
all the
She does.
coffee.
Yes. So anyway, we're hoping we'll be very busy. We usually are. We have to look at things with the economy, and whatever we do, and be happy.
Yeah.
And we are. And already we're holding our own. We have a lot of people coming into the shops. I've been checking with them. They're selling Christmas stuff like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're happy. We're very happy. So because we were a little worried.
Yeah, it is worried, but Small Business Saturday is a day
Yes.
for people to show their appreciation for businesses that are in their community. And the businesses are happy on the other side to see their customers on that day. That's why there's usually a small promotion or open house or something as a token of thank you that businesses do for customers coming in.
And I know the general store always has a great big set out of cookies and candies and what have you. Like I said, we try to make them happy.
Yeah, definitely.
And thank them for coming.
We will have all of that information on our chamber website. We
Yes.
usually put a nice promotion out with all of the businesses that have something going on. Bonnie and I have worked together on this over the years. Of course, Small Business Saturday is pioneered and really pushed by American Express, who kind of gives us a little bit of swag to hand out. Over the years, it's dwindled a bit. Remember when they used to give us doormats and balloons
rugs
and rugs? Yeah, a little bit of everything, hundreds of bags. Now I think we have about 30 bags to hand out. But Bonnie and her husband Fran and I, we work hard to distribute those throughout the businesses so they can hand them out to their customers or do what what they need to with that.
Right, exactly.
So we'll be doing that soon
to
celebrate November 30th.
Probably this week I'll have them out.
Yes. And actually through the grant program, the William Main Grant Program, you've been able to do some publications for these businesses. You've been able to publicize in the Sentinel, which the Sentinel Tribune Dispatch paper with Niagara Frontier Publications, and also some additional publications has been a really nice brochure that features Sanborn as well.
Right.
So this is all through grant application with William Main, with the Bridge Commission in Niagara County. And it's just amazing. Every year, Sanborn is able to submit a project for these types of things, and you receive the funds to do it. And
we could not do it without the William Main.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do it.
What helps a small business?
Advertising alone is huge, And like I said, if we didn't have that grant, we would be not able to do half of what we do.
Yeah.
So we really thank them every year, and we look forward to it. We can't wait for that application to be on the website so we can start filling it out.
Yep, and thinking about the plan. So that is one thing that the Business Association does well is really plan out what you're going to do and figure out, who's going to do it and how we're going to get the publicity out. And we're looking forward to Shop Local Small Business Saturday that weekend. But immediately following that is a highlight of a lot of community members. It is the Christmas at the Farm event.
Yes.
And this is a really good, just kind of like a showing of how the Business Association, the community, and the Farm Museum all work together for the kids. It's a free event. It is an event that brings joy to so many people. And tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
Okay. So, yes, we call it Christmas at the Farm, and it will be December 14th and 15th from 11 to 4. Santa arrives at 12, and this year he's bringing along the balloon guy, who's going to do some balloon tricks and what have you for the kids. So he'll be performing from 1:30 to 2:30. So we're kind of excited about that, something different.
Yes.
And then we have craft projects for the kids. They get to frost a cookie. Most of them eat it after they frost it, but they can take it home. We have a Santa shop, where the kids can go and shop. Everything is priced very low, from 50 cents to a couple of dollars. And then we have a few other adult things that might be $5, things like that. And so all of that money for our basket auction goes into the business account, and then for the museum, all of their kitchen money and the store from Santa goes into their account. So again, we work it out, so that we can help each other, and we divide up our expenses and split everything down the middle, and that's how it works. But like I said, we have a basket auction both days from 11 to 4. Lunch is available at 11:30. For purchase, and it's fun for the whole family. So today everybody has a cell phone. Everybody wants their kids. When Santa gets there, he sits in an 1800 sleigh, and the kids can come up, crawl in it, and sit and talk with Santa. Gives them a candy cane, and then we ask them how old they are, and our elf goes and gets the gift, hands it to Santa, and he gives it to the children, and the kids love it. It's the most exciting, wonderful project I have ever worked on, because I love working with kids.
Yeah.
And this is just something that actually we thought about this several years ago when Linda was still president. And it was just wonderful. It was the greatest idea we ever came up with, and we really enjoy it. Again, we do not charge it. It's a free event. It's our thank you to the community for supporting us. One thing I will say about the people of Sanborn and the commuting areas, when we have an event, they come.
They do.
They support us, and we really appreciate it. So we are really excited about that.
It's such a great afternoon for a family to come
Yes.
and experience. And what I've seen over the years, because it's been about 15 years
Yep.
of doing this, is it not only parents come, but grandparents
Yes.
come and bring, the entire family.
Yes.
And I've been able to watch families over the year, and the children get older and older and older,
Yes.
and they still love coming
Yep.
to do all of the events.
Yes.
There's a train in the farm museum that runs around the track up top, and you love watching the kids' faces as they see the train,
Yes.
going around. But you are correct. The cookie decorating, I don't know if anybody has taken the cookie home. I think
Yeah.
pretty much every kid has frosted it, put all the sprinkles on it, and then ate it right there.
Yes, yes.
I know my kids have.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But this takes weeks and weeks of preparation.
Yes.
You are starting, what's today? Today is the 18th, and I know decorations are already out.
We're about halfway through
Getting
already.
through decorating.
Yep.
It is such a beautiful site. The volunteers take so much time and care in setting this event up. Where the Santa sleigh is has all different Christmas decorations behind it. My children have been getting a photo in that sleigh for years, and it is such a just a really nice memory that kids will have of that event.
Yeah, a lot of those decorations we bought, we were lucky enough to buy at an estate sale from a company that got them from A&A's. So some of them are the actual displays from A&A's. But the whole back of the museum, if you've never been there, we have a few tractors back there, of course. And then we have all of these snowmen and decorations, Christmas trees and all that kind of stuff all in the back there. It is a beautiful site. We do, and it takes time, to decorate 3-4 trees and all that. And again, we have to call on our membership to help with all of that. And again, that's getting lean, so we really have to start earlier now because we can only put in about 3-4 hours for each one of us, and we're kind of like, okay, that's enough for today.
Yeah.
Let's come back tomorrow.
Yep.
So.
If a business or organization wanted to donate a basket for the basket auction, because that helps defray a lot of the cost of this, where can they send that, or should they call you?
Yes.
What's the best way?
Yes, they would call me at my phone is 716-957-4851, and we'll be glad to make arrangements.
Yeah, it's nice. That is something that adults, because the event is free, the adults are always trying to say, can I give money towards this? What can I
Yes.
do? And we always say, just buy some raffle tickets. You get a
Right.
chance to win. My children have helped with the craft area.
Yes, they have.
Usually that's my area that I help out with as well.
Right.
And the kids love sitting there. So a family can come to this event and plan on staying for probably an average time was probably about 45 minutes
Yeah.
to an hour. And that gives the family enough time to come in, maybe get some lunch. They grab their bag of tickets, which allow the children to do all of the events.
Correct.
And wait in line to see Santa and get their
Yes.
gift. So it's a really, really nice opportunity to do that. And if they wanted to, they can see the museum grounds. Tell us a little
Correct.
bit about what else is at the museum.
Yes, well, of course, we have several buildings. Okay, our the Reed Building, of course, is our actual museum proper, where we have 2 floors of antiques and what have you. And then we have the church building, which was named after Jerry Treukler, who had passed away here just recently. And that we have in the front of it is a church from 1843, and in the back is a military display. We honor our veterans and anything dealing with military. And then we moved our schoolhouse from Niagara Road, where we used to be, and we have moved that now onto the museum proper, and that will be opening back up in the spring. And that's going to be, we're really thinking now about just doing it as a complete schoolhouse and take the more or less the antique part of it out of it and make it into an actual schoolhouse. So our members will be working on that too. So, and then of course we have the hall, which is the Townsend building, this is where this event is held. And if anyone doesn't know where the museum is located, it's at 2660 Saunders Settlement Road. We're right across the street from Treichler's. So really kind of hard to miss us.
Yeah.
So, and we hope everyone comes, and we hope that they'll enjoy it. In years past, we only used to have the kids from ages 2 to 10. We actually expanded that from 2 to 12 because the kids were aging out. So I don't think we can go any higher. I think it's going to have to stay 2 to 12.
I think after 12 years old,
Yeah,
the
I
kids
think
kind
we're
of
done.
realize, what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's so funny because we had this conversation with my youngest daughter. And last year we were like, do you think she still believes? And my husband's like, oh yeah, she does. And we had this conversation. She's the youngest. So of course her older sisters have told her for years Santa's not real. And the other day she's like, Mom, I've known Santa's not real. She said, but we just kind of keep it up for you. So, you think we know.
That's what my granddaughter says too. She's 12 also.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, guess what? Now this year I can just throw all the presents under the tree like the week before. I don't have to do the 11:30 midnight, pull all the, the gifts off. So, it's kind of funny, but she has loved getting her gift, and all of the gifts are very thoughtfully purchased and wrapped, and I think every child that leaves there has been so excited, to open up their gift and get just a little something. It's just the thought that counts. Correct. Of, leaving there with something, and every child leaves happy. Right.
Well, we do our shopping right before Thanksgiving, so I'm getting ready to hit the store over there and get what we have to get for this year. Each year we do an inventory of what's left, and then we expand, and then we go to the store and see if there's anything new and exciting. We talk to some of the kids and say, what's hot, and then we'll go and look for that kind of stuff. So, and the kids just love it.
Remember the one year Squishmallows were the hot thing.
And they're still hot.
They still are, yeah.
Still hot.
Yeah.
Those kids just love those. They open them up and they scream.
Yes. Yep.
So they really love them.
We've seen a little bit of everything there.
Yeah.
I remember one year. So now this event, it's 2 days. In our region, there's always something going on. So now we're up against a few other events that happened that same weekend. Yes. But I remember one of the years that we did this, we had lines out the door. Do you remember when we had to run back out? And I think I ran out. I said, "Don't worry, I got it." And we ran back out and purchased some gifts again and rewrapped them and got
we
them ready.
We were there
for
until
the
11
next
o'clock
day.
at night getting ready for the next day.
Yeah.
Very exciting, very scary.
Yes. Yeah.
We had 700 kids that
we
time.
Did. Yeah.
So that was really scary.
Yeah. Now there's a little bit more to choose from in the area of things going on. So we don't have that many kids that come through, but it's still a healthy number of kids.
Very healthy.
It is, and families just look forward to it. And when families come, they can have the option of finding out information on joining the the farm museum. Yes. It's a quick membership. It's a small membership, but that membership helps that museum being able to host events like this. And
it's only $10 for an individual or $15 for a family. So anybody can afford that. You know what I mean? And again, our membership is wonderful. We have a huge membership. A lot of them are actually from out of town. Yeah. Because people who have moved away still support the museum. We send out a newsletter every 3 months, and they wait for that newsletter to hear what's going on in the town that they were raised in. And that, if we ever stopped that, I don't know what we would. I mean, one time we had talked about it, and oh my gosh, people were going, "Oh no, you can never do that." That's how will we know what's going on back home? So again, these are all projects that don't do this by themselves. We have to have people to do all this stuff. Yeah. So I remember, I can't wait for the schoolhouse side to be redone and open to the public, because the business association used to meet in the schoolhouse when the schoolhouse was located by the tracks. Yes. So the schoolhouse was moved over to the farm museum. But we used to have our meetings in the historical building. Yep. So it'll come full circle once that opens up. We're very excited about that too. Yes. Let me tell you. And this way now, Everything is on the same grounds.
Yes.
The reason why we did move it is because when the school kids come, they don't have time to come to this place and then walk down to the other museum that used to be on Niagara by the library. So this way now the children will be able to, and that's what we want the children to be able to go in and see the schoolhouse and the way it was back then.
Yes.
And what have you. And that was the main reason for moving it.
Yeah.
And I think it was going to be a good thing for everybody.
It will be. Tell us a bit about the Light Up Sanborn event that's coming up later in December as well.
Yes. Well, we start out December 8th. Okay, we have our first event, which is caroling in the church.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Yes.
So, and there'll be hors d'oeuvres and things like that served on that, and that's for members and guests. And again, it's free. There's no charge. If you want to make a donation, of course, they accept that. And then Christmas at the Farm is the big one. And then finally, last is our Light Up Sanborn. This year we're having Don Dwyer is going to be performing. And again, we'll have cookies and snacks and what have you for people, hot chocolate, coffee. And that one is December 21st.
Yes, the 21st, yes.
Oh, sorry, I almost lost it there. December 21st. And that'll be at 2 p.m. We have a new time this year. We used to run that at 6:30 in the evening. We're now moving it back to 2 because a lot of our older members don't drive anymore, so they can come during the day when it's light. Mm-hmm. So we think that'll increase that. We've had a lot of requests for it. So we're going to try that this year and see what happens.
Yeah.
So it's a busy time.
December's always busy in Sanborn, and then we finish up the year and get ready for next year.
Yes.
Sanborn has the Business Association has helped out with many events throughout the year. I have to bring this up because it was such a fun event when we did it, but it ran its course. Remember when we used to do the Wine Teak Festival?
Yes.
That was so much fun. A lot of work,
wonderful.
though.
Yeah.
It was a nice little festival that the Sanborn Business Association did with the wineries and antique stores, and the whole community was involved. But that was before the wineries really were big.
Right.
And it was before
they
everybody
were just
was
starting
asking.
out.
They were just starting
Yeah.
out, and we were giving them publicity, and then as in any event, it changes, and
Yes,
maybe one day in the future.
I know
that'll
we
come
have
back.
talked about it.
Yes.
If we could just get a couple of wineries to say yes,
Yeah.
we'll come.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out what days because they're so busy with
They
all
are.
of their events. So, like I said, it's really a difficult problem.
Yes. Yeah. I remember the one year it was always held in October, and it was the year of the big ice storm
Yes.
that happened in Buffalo. And we were, sunny, and
Yep.
and you wouldn't have known anything was happening. And everybody, we actually had really good attendance
Yes.
that day
Yes.
because
A lot of people's electric was out
yes,
and stuff. And
and
they came down
they
there.
came to Sanborn
Yeah.
to fill up their gas tanks, and they stopped at our Wine Teak
Yep.
Festival.
Yep.
It was great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was really interesting.
So
We-
planning will start soon in January for the upcoming,
Correct.
year for the Business Association, and then everything starts all over again. Thinking about what the grant is going to cover, the membership for the Business Association, and planning out the whole rest of the year for 2025.
Yes.
So it starts again.
Yes, definitely.
Volunteers are always needed, and there's always business opportunity in Sanborn. It's actually amazing how this little hamlet has grown over
Yes,
the years.
yes.
As much as it's a little controversy, as if we are all about local businesses, but I have to tell you, just in the next couple months, another Dollar General will open
Yes.
in Sanborn, which people may love or not like, but it's just showing you the growth that is happening in that
That's
area. Obviously that type of store is needed for that area, especially with the college there.
Mm-hmm.
There is never a shortage of things happening in Sanborn now.
That's right.
It's really grown tremendously over the past decade.
Yeah,
and
it
that
really
has a lot to do with you, Bonnie, with getting all of the businesses together and making sure everybody's doing their part to support each other.
Correct. And our business association also is only $30 a year to join. And if anyone is interested in joining, they can call me at that number, and we'll send them out an application. We do meet, like we said, at the museum, the third Thursday of every month at 8:30 in the morning. And we are always looking for new members. If you have a small business, or even if you're an individual who just wants to help with Sanborn, supporting Sanborn, you can join that business association.
Right.
So we can also use membership there.
Yes.
So.
Definitely. Well, Bonnie, you covered everything.
Yes.
This was easy,
It
right?
was wonderful.
I told you
yes.
it was just a conversation with Bonnie.
Yes.
So we are looking forward to all of those events happening in December, actually the end of November, November 30th through, the end of December. And, that information will all be on our website. It'll be on the social media for the Business Association. So check it on out.
Yes. We hope everyone will come and see Santa.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much,
Thank
Bonnie.
you, Jennifer.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. We hope that you check out the Sanborn Business and Professional Association events, especially when they're happening right at the Farm Museum. So you can check out 2 organizations all in one time in December. And we hope you join us next week as we round out the rest of our Support Local Everything podcast in preparation for Small Business Saturday and all the fun things coming up in December. Thanks for joining us.